This is the reason behind to considering classification of buses. Classification of buses in power system. Why? Because we need to solve the power flow analysis problem using two equation with two variables, and by assuming or specified the rest of these two parameters among these all four parameters. So we need to classify the buses in power system based on the devices which is connected on the buses. Say the first classification is PQ bus, or we can say load bus. PQ bus or load bus. That means the buses on which the load is connected. As I said, we will classify the buses based on the devices which is connected on the bus. So the first classification is PQ bus. That means load bus, where the load is connected total, or we can say a partially, or amount of load which is connected on the bus, which bus is known as load bus. So there are total 85% of buses in power system are load bus. There are 85 or more than 85 buses are load buses in this power system network. Yes, again, just give me the answer. What do you mean, or what you are understand by the term bus in power system? Yes, what is bus? What do you mean by bus in power system? You have discussed earlier. Yes.
Sir, where the generator and
Where the generator or
transmission
load,
line
transmission line or a load is
load.
connected. Yes. Any physical example of bus where a large generating station or transmission line or a load is connected? So the example of bus is substation. Okay.
Substation.
Substation. Yeah, substation. Very good. Clear? So based on this device which is connected on the bus, we will classify the buses. And why we need to classify the buses in power system? To solve the power flow analysis problem. Why? Because we have only two equations and we have to calculate four variables. Clear? So,
Yes, sir.
okay, we have to just assume or specify these two variables. So that's why we need to classify the buses. So clear, first one is PQ bus. Now the second one is PV bus, or we can say generator bus, or we can say voltage control bus, generator bus or voltage control bus. Now the buses on which the generating station are connected, such type of buses are known as generator bus in power system. Clear? Again, based on the devices which are connected on the buses. So this is Your PV bus is about 14 to 15% in our power system. Clear? And the last one is most important bus. The last one is slack bus, or we can say reference bus, or it is known as swing bus. There are only one bus, or we can say 1% of bus in our power system. It is a slack bus. We will see the detailed classification of buses. But now, just remember that based on the devices which are connected on the buses, we will classify the buses in our power system, and why we need to require classification of buses, just because to solve the power flow problem. And why? Because we have only 2 equations and 4 variables. So we need to pre-specify or assume or require in our data 2 parameters more. So for this conversation, 2n to 2n conversation, we need to classify the buses in our power system. Clear? Now, delete the classification of buses. Classification of buses. The first bus is bus number 1. First is PQ bus or load bus. PQ bus or load bus. So in PQ bus, as we have discussed, that among the 4 quantities, the 2 quantities are pre-specified or specified or given. So in PQ bus, as the name suggests, net active power means PP and net reactive power QP are specified. These 2 quantities are specified on PQ bus, and the rest of the 2 quantities means bus voltage magnitude and angle delta are unknowns. Clear? So on PQ bus, these 2 quantities are specified. Net active power, just write down the word net active power. Net active and net reactive power are specified. I will explain how it will specify. But clear, on PQ bus, P and Q are specified and V and delta are unknown. So for PQ bus, you just need to calculate only V and delta. Clear? For power flow analysis, if the PQ bus are present in your system, then you just only have to calculate the bus voltage magnitude and angle delta. Clear? Using the static load flow equation. Clear? So now let us discuss how these 2 parameters, means a net active power and net reactive power, are specified. So the equation for net active power you can calculate as PP is equal to P GP minus P dp, where PGP is equal to PP is your net active power, PGP is your generation, your active power generation, and here PDP is your demand. Clear? So this is how you can calculate net active power at bus number P is generation minus demand at bus number P. Clear? Now, how you will get this demand? Yes? Anyone? How you will get?
Forecasting.
Yes, very good. Very nice, very nice. From load forecasting, load forecasting, you will get the value of this demand. You will get the value of this demand. Okay, from load forecasting means from the past data, you will forecast what will be the demand in future. So from load forecasting, you will get this demand. And how you will get the data of generation? Yes. The generation is directly specified because the generation is known to us. The generation is known to us because we know what will be the generation of particular unit, or we can say generator. What is the generation of particular unit or generator? So this is how we can know or specify the value of net active power at bus number PQ. Clear? Now, similarly, same way, we can consider the calculation of reactive power. Same way, QP is equal to Q GP minus Q DP. Clear? So, same way here, QP means net reactive power, yes, and generation of reactive power minus demand of reactive power. Clear? Again, you will get this demand from load forecasting. Clear? And the QGP is known to us. So this is how the PQ bus is work or load bus is work. Again, let me repeat. Yes, on PQ bus, as the name suggests, on PQ bus, the P and Q are specified, means known, and the unknowns are, yes, just write down what are the 4 parameters. VP, delta P for pth bus. Okay, VP magnitude, VP, delta P, VP and QP. So among these 4 parameters, as the name suggests, PQ bus, P and Q are specified and V and delta are unknown. And this is how the P and Q are specified. Means the net active power is calculated from generation minus demand, and same way the net reactive power is calculated from generation minus demand. The demand is calculated from the load forecasting and the generation is already known to us. Clear? Now, next is second classification of bus is PV bus, or we can say generator bus, or we can say voltage control bus. Now, yes, from the name, who will give the answer? What are the quantities are specified or known and unknown for PV bus? Yes, the knowns are, what are the quantities are known and
P and V.
Active power and voltage.
unknown? Okay. Knowns quantity. Yes. From the name suggestion, what are the quantity which is known to us from PV bus? It is,
P and V.
yeah, net active power and voltage magnitude. These two are the known quantity, and the unknowns are reactive power and angle. Clear? So now let us discuss how these two quantities, means P and V, are known to us for PV bus. So the active power is known or specified from, the active power is specified from, okay, active power is specified from PGP is from governing action or governor controller. Will explain what is governor control. Governor control means by the control of input to the turbine. Let's say if it is thermal power plant, then by controlling the steam injection, you can control your active power generation. Clear? So this active power generation is known to us from the governor control of turbine system. Clear? Same way, from the voltage at PV bus is known to us using excitation control of generating system. Excitation control of generating system can use, you have heard about AVR, automatic voltage regulator. Using this excitation control, we can control the generator terminal output voltage. We can control generator terminal output voltage. So these two quantities are specified from these two parameters, means these two controls, governor control and excitation control. So from governor control, you have an idea that what will be my generation according to your input to the system. Okay. Then, yes, we know the PGP. So same way in the case number 1, if I want to calculate the PP, then I know the value of this PGP from this governor control system minus PDP from load forecasting. So this is how the net active power is specified on bus number PV or generator bus. And here we can control the generator terminal voltage using excitation system. There are number of excitation systems are there, but here just get the idea that if we want to control the generator terminal voltage, then we need an excitation system control. The one famous system is automatic voltage regulator. Using this automatic voltage regulator, you can control the generator terminal voltage. So this is how these two parameters are specified, or we can say known to us for this classification PV bus. Clear? The unknowns are Q and delta, which you will going to calculate using static load flow equation. I hope you have cleared. Next, the third one is slack bus. Slack bus, or we can say reference bus or swing bus. Swing bus. Yeah. So here the two quantities which are specified or known, the known parameter are is voltage magnitude and angle delta, and the unknowns are net active power and net reactive power. Generally, such type of buses, or generally for such type of buses, the voltage magnitude is considered as 1 and angle delta is 0. For power flow calculation, generally we will consider, why? Because we consider it as a reference. So with respect to considering this reference, we will consider the voltage magnitude as a 1 and angle delta as a 0, as we have considered this bus as a reference bus. So these two quantity means voltage magnitude and angle delta are specified and considered as a 1 angle delta 0 for on this slack bus. And the unknowns are net active power and net reactive power, which you will calculate from static load flow equation. Clear? Now we will discuss. Generally, this type of bus is only one into the whole system. Only one bus is into the whole your interconnected power system. Here only one. I will explain why. Let's discuss the importance of slack bus. Importance of slack bus for power flow analysis or load flow analysis. The importance of slack bus. Okay, so as we know, the known parameter are V and delta, and it is generally specified one angle 0, and the unknowns are net active power and reactive power. So the importance of slack bus is generally, if we started the power flow analysis for any system, then if we start calculating the power flow analysis of any system, then initially we will not know the losses of system, losses of the system. If we will not know the losses of the system, then we will not get the idea about generation. Here, the losses are not known to us well in advance, and that's why we will not get the exact idea of our generation, that what will be the generation is required to fulfill the demand. Clear? Because the generation is equal to demand plus losses. That means whatever the generation is not only fulfill the demand, it also fulfill the losses of the system. So we, if what is the function of, so to mitigate such problem, we need such system, such a bus in system that overcome this problem. Now let us discuss how. So this slack bus is provide the difference of the slack bus is provide the difference of demand plus losses of the system minus generation, total generation of the system. The slack bus is provide the difference between the demand plus losses. Means if I will explain you with example also, but just remember only one thing over here is the slack bus is provide the demand plus losses of the system minus provide the difference of demand plus losses of the system minus the total generation. Means total generation means PP or PGI, PGP plus QGP. Clear? So this difference will provided by the slack bus. Write down over here S. That means let us understand with an example. Just consider a 3-bus network. Just consider a 3-bus network where and so say the generation at of the generator at bus number 1 is 75 megawatt. 75 mega, and the demand at the bus number 2 is same 75 megawatt, and total losses is 5 mega. Now just looking at this generator which is connected at bus number 1, we have only the generation of the system. We will not have this load of the system, losses of the system. So this is your bus number 3 is act as an slack bus, which will provide this difference, means the difference of these 5 megawatt to the bus number 2, to the bus number 2. Clear? Say the generation of the generator at bus number 3 is 100 megawatt, and the demand at the bus number 3 is only 80 megawatt. MVAR, I think load is in MVAR. Yes, just correct it. Is MVAR. MVAR. Yeah, just correct. 75. I think VAR means yes.
Megawatt ampere.
No, it is MVAR means it is reactive power. Here we are talking about a total S. Okay. So is in watt. Okay. So here the rest of this 5 megawatt is supplied by this bus number 3. In this case, we can consider bus number 3 is as a slack bus. Clear? So what is the function of slack bus is to provide the difference of demand plus losses minus total generation. See here the total generation at bus number 1 is 75 megawatt, and here the demand is 75 megawatt plus the losses is 5 megawatt. So the rest of this 5 megawatt is provided by this bus number 3, where we have 100 megawatt generation. So the function of this slack bus is to provide the self load plus losses, and then after it will provide this difference to the system, and that's why the reason is the highest number of generating unit is considered as a slack bus unit. Say the 1000 megawatt unit is connected at any bus into the system, and it is highest among all the generating unit, then this highest number of unit bus is treated as a slack bus. Why? Because slack bus will provide the difference of this system. Which difference? Demand plus losses minus generation. So this is what the importance of slack bus. Let us recall again the classification of buses, and before that, yes, why we need to classify the buses? To give the solution of power flow problem. What is the power flow problem? The power flow problem is we have only two equations to solve the four unknown variables. So for that, we have to pre-specify or assume the two quantities in advance. So for that, we need to classify the buses in our power system based on the devices which are connected on the buses. So generally, there are majorly two classification of buses. One is load buses and generator buses. Load bus means the load are connected on that buses, and the second one is generator bus. That means whatever the generator unit is connected into the bus, that bus is treated as a generator bus. Clear? And the third classification is slack bus, or we can say reference bus. What is the function of reference bus? Who will explain? Yes.
So function of slack bus is to provide a self load plus losses minus generation.
Yes. It provides the difference between. Yes, it provides the difference between losses plus demand minus total generation. Yes. We can explain with this example also. Here, the 5 megawatt will be provided by this generating bus, because say it is here also 5 megawatt losses, then rest of the 15 megawatt is all available for this bus number 3, or we can say generator at bus number 3. So in to that 15 megawatt, it will provide a 5 megawatt less to the bus number 2, or we can say a load at bus number 2. Clear? Then again, here's classification of buses. The first one is load bus. In load bus, there are two quantities are specified. P and Q are specified, and V and delta are unknown. So let us understand how they are specified. Net active power is specified from the generation minus demand, where the demand is obtained from the load forecasting and the generation are known to us, as the generator is generate. Yes, we have calculated over here. Yes, the generation is known to us using this governor control system. That means, however, you can fix the input to the generator. Based on that, you will get the output active power. Clear? And using this equation, you will get the net active power. Similarly, you can calculate the net reactive power. Clear? Then PV buses, P and V are specified. The V is specified or calculated from the excitation control system, which is provided to the generator. What is the function of excitation control system? Yes. Excitation system control. Function of excitation system is to maintain the constant voltage at generator terminal. Yes, very good. Generator terminal. Very good. So clear? Then the last one is slack bus or reference bus. Only one bus into the power system. Okay. The specified quantities V and delta, which is generally 1 angle 0. Unknowns are P and Q, which you will going to calculate using static load flow equation. And yes, this is the important thing. The importance of slack bus. Clear up to this?